think I need to do a chapter. I really should. And I'm kind of let too many days pass, and I still don't have the old stuff together quite yet. But that's okay. I got other stuff. So, you know, basically, this is what happened. Okay. There was someone who, oh my God, saw what I had and wanted it for themselves. Right? Yeah. And my husband, who vowed to be my protector and defender and all that, instead of protecting me from the would-be thief, right? Instead of doing that, he said, oh, you want it? Sure, let me help you. And took it from me and helped her steal it. Gave it to her. And not just once. No, for years. Yeah. You know, he the decent thing to do, if he was a decent person with integrity and respect, and if he saw me as an actual living, breathing, feeling human being and not just a thing that he can use however he needs to, for whatever needs he has, if he saw me as his partner, not just the thing that he uses, you know, for taking the blame for everything, for bending over when he can't have what he really wants, for, you know, clearing himself of any wrongdoing, right? For whatever he needs. That's what I am, the thing he uses. But if he saw me as a real person and he was decent and had integrity, he would have said, you know what, Marissa, I'm not feeling it anymore. I know I said and I promised this and this, but I feel differently now. And I want to, what I gave to you, I think I want to put it over here now. Yeah. I want this over here instead. And you know, sorry, it's just, people feel what they feel, and that's all there is to it. But that would have sucked. It would have fucking sucked, right? And it would have fucking hurt extremely badly. Terribly. But at least I could have, at some level, respected that, right? I could have respected that. But that's not what he did. Instead, he said, yeah, I want to put what I was telling her was hers, and I'm going to put it over here now. But I'm going to let her think. You know, I'm just going to rob her when she's not looking. And then tell her all her things that are hers are safe and away in storage over here. They're here. They're still here. They're still hers. Yeah, that's what I'll do. You know, so I can keep using her. That's what he did. And then when I finally fucking realized, hey, wait a minute. Ain't that my shit over there? That's supposed to be mine. Why is it over there? He just said, what are you you must have lost your mind. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's absurd. But no, it's not, because I can see it's over there. What are you talking about? My shit's over there. You need to bring it back where it belongs. With me. Well, no, Marissa. Come on now. Just cut that shit out. You know, you're so wrong. Maybe it's being borrowed or something. Just stop that. And I had to be like, no. Nope. not okay, you're gonna stop funneling my shit somewhere else. It's gonna be where it belongs, with me. And he got angry, you know? Fucking hey, Marissa. Are you really doing this right now? Are you really acting like this? Fine. Okay. What's that over there? Where? And then, still funneling. Just, you know, behind my back. Over here now. Not right here. Over here. Still taking my shit for her. Behind my back now. Right? Yeah, that's what he did. And all the while, me devastated about it. And still continuing to say, no way. But, yeah, no, yes way. And I have the proof right here. See? This, and this. That's proving it. Well, Marissa, your proof, that proof is lying to you. The proof you have is simply lying to you. And for you not to know that, you're in some kind of psychosis. Abusive gaslighting. That's what that is. That's what that is. And he's still doing it to this day. He's, you know, telling me that I just have to move on from it. Let go of it. So I have to just forget that I was treated like complete dirt, left to rot in the dumpster. Forget that, you know, all the promises that were made to me were broken. And I was treated extremely badly. Not only fucking robbed, blind, but trampled on, shit on, totally fucking disgraced. My name just rubbed in the dirt by him. I have to forget about that happened. Just forget, try to forget it. And not only that, not only do I have to forget it, I have to fucking pretend that it didn't even happen. That's what he wants me to do. Just pretend that none of that shit happened. That's what I'm expected to do. And he even had his fucking supporters, his buddies, telling me that, you know, Jesus Christ, why couldn't I just fucking let it go already? And, you know, I mean, they automatically were taking his side, which is fine. If you want to do that, you can say that. Like, but don't say, we're taking his side because you're wrong. You can't, no. You didn't even, like, check if I was wrong. You just said you were taking his side. No matter, you should have said, we're taking his side. No matter if he's right or wrong, no matter if he's true or false, we want to be over here. But you said, no, we're taking his side because he's right and you're totally wrong. Yeah, and we agree with him. You're insane. Yeah, we're fine with labeling you, too. And treating a woman like that, who's telling us, hey, he's been abusing me. Hey, this isn't right. Hey, this is really wrong here. No, that didn't matter, and you didn't give a fuck about it. Did not care. In fact, you told me that I deserved abuse. You fucking said that. I'm sure, you know, whatever you meant, but that's what you said. It is what you said. That if he abused me, you would know he had good reason. That's what you said. Good reason, so I would deserve it. That's what his fucking best friend told me. I don't remember. I probably already said that, but I'm sorry if I'm repeating shit. I don't know. I just, there's so many times that I go over things and go over things and go over things. Like, for example, the whole, you know, him changing the story from she's got a humongous big crush on me to the mother thing. And this is what I've recently, like, really thought about. Okay. Now, let's remember when I found out and everything, and I reached out to her, and she gave me that weird, strange reaction, and then pretty much shut down, right? And he told me that it was because she just didn't want to deal with the drama of it. She didn't want to deal with the drama of talking to me and convincing me that she really did view him as a son and loved him as a son. Okay, we know that, right? That was her reasoning. But then I thought about this. Okay, she had just lost her actual son. He had just passed away, and she was mourning. She was grief-stricken, you know. As tumultuous and terrible and whatever their relationship was, difficult. Many times, real difficult. It doesn't matter, obviously. That's her son. She loved him. She was in a bad way. And I felt pain for her. I did. I was sad for her. Whatever. Anyways, the point is, she just lost her son, right? And now suddenly, months later, she's on the verge of losing, supposedly, right, this man who is like a son to her, right? So now she's going to lose 2 sons within a few months of each other. And she's willing to do that just so she doesn't have to speak to me? Does that sound right to you? I mean, if she really was like his mother, you'd think she'd be saying, and also was constantly getting his help, you know, he always said, I'm giving her as much time as possible. You know, all that time, the constant talking, someone she spoke to pretty much daily. She didn't want to try to salvage that relationship of this man that she loved, who was like her son and gave her so much help. I mean, driving an hour to go rake her yard. Was there no one closer, or maybe a relative, who could have done that? No, it had to be my husband, who lived an hour away. Had to be him. You know what I mean? She didn't want the drama of having to convince me she was like his mother, but she didn't mind the drama of talking to my husband, who I thought she was fucking, and having him at her house while she was ignoring me. Yeah, that drama would be fine. But she said, no drama here. No drama here. Really, bitch? No drama here. That's so funny. That's really a fucking good one there. No drama here. Just, we're gonna pretend you're not even a person that's alive. You don't exist. And your husband's gonna come do my bidding, rake my yard. No drama here. Okay. Good one, Ray. What the fuck? Alright. So, yeah. Clearly, she had a very close relationship with my husband, who she looked at as a son. And wasn't willing to just get on the phone with me and say, listen, honey, you're just wrong. I mean, the truth is, yes, I care very deeply for your husband, and I really do love him as my child, as an actual son to me. You know, anything sexual with him, that's just out of the question. Wouldn't even imagine that. Yeah, talk to me, you know. Tell me, is it really like that or what? You know what I mean? But no, she wasn't willing to do that because of the drama. But she still wanted to, like, status quo, right? But she had to know that that wasn't going to fly. She had to know that. I mean, I know she's stupid. But was she really that stupid? No, I don't think so. So that's what it came to. I had to fucking cut her off, right? No, if you're going to act like I don't exist, then yeah, you're done with him. So, well, guess I'm going to have to lose 2 sons in 5 months. Oh, well, bye. You know what I mean? No. But that's how much she didn't want to talk to me, that she was willing to give up her son. Or was she really? Was she really? Or was she just not willing to talk to me and also not expecting to end it with him, so he had to go behind my back, which is exactly what he did, and I have the proof of that. So, just like what I said, like, if she really was like a mother figure to him, do you really think that she would be so unwilling to speak like that with me, and truthfully, she would just be willing to give up her son instead? You know, just, you can look at it in so many ways, and just, it screams at you what the truth is. The truth just screams at you. But I'm supposed to just forget about all that, pretend it's not screaming at me, and move on. Get over it. Well, I can't, and I won't, and I don't have to. I'm not going to. Not going to. You know? And doing that to someone the way that he has, and used me and labeling me as insane and crazy, gaslighting me like that, abusing me like that, because it really has put me through pure hell. You know? It's so frustrating when you're showing someone, this is the truth. This is what happened. And they're saying to you, no, you did this. See? You did this. No, I didn't. Do you know how maddening that is? That's beyond maddening. Beyond frustrating. And it's enough to drive you insane anyways. That's enough to drive you fucking nuts. If he really fucking thinks for 1 second that I'm going to be okay with that, he doesn't know me. And I really don't think he does know me, because if he did know me, this is how trusting I was. When he brought me there in 2021, and she just made that face, she was disgusted to see me. She was shocked we were in her room. She was in her nightgown in the middle of the day, right? Never, all those things didn't set off, they set some shit off, but not what they should have. Because that's how trusting I was. And that's how loyal I was. Like, I had no paranoia at all. If I was paranoid because of guilty conscience, then that would have been a different scene, right? That would have spoke to me differently. But that's how blindly loyal I was. And yet, I took his fucking constant accusations that I wasn't. I took that. And, felt ashamed that no matter what I did, I couldn't show him what I really was, and he couldn't see what I was. It was my fault. I took that. I internalized that. That's what he did to me. He treated me less than a person. Because of his guilt. How could he not look at me and feel immense guilt? I don't know. But to me, that's such a narcissistic, sociopathic, he's obviously a compulsive liar. But that's a sick individual. He, tries to say I'm unstable and blah, blah, blah. Why? Because I get upset with you? Who wouldn't? And recently, he fucking did it again. I'm the kind of person, I don't call the cops. Unless it's absolutely effing necessary. Someone's dying and I can't save them. The house is in flames, something like that. Then okay, I'll call them. But any of the times he's hit me, dragged me around, attacked me physically, any of those times, it never even once entered my mind to call the cops on him. No way. That's not what I think to do. But, and I thought he was like that too. I really thought that's what he was like. But apparently I was completely wrong. Because on my birthday, when I gotten proof of something else and I put it in his face and he still was denying it to my face, that extreme gaslighting, I was crying and I couldn't stop, and I was kind of like crying out in pain, and he called the cops on me because I was crying. And tries to say that, I'm not fit, I'm unstable, because of that. Okay, so I know I told you all about how I want him to record this message to try to force her to answer the questions, right? Because I want to see what she has to say, if she even will. Well, he kept putting it off and not doing it. A month went by, and I was like getting pissed off. And finally, this one night, I exploded, and I left, and I was screaming at him over the phone. But I made sure, and I was crying and yelling. I made sure not to do that here because I didn't want the kids to be dragged into it. I just didn't. They've been through enough. I didn't want them involved in it. I didn't want to affect their night. I didn't want them involved. So I purposely stayed away from home while we argued through text and some phone calls. And what did he do? He called the cops on me again. Not only that, he told me, I have the messages, he told me that they were going to call DHS. And I also found out that I thought he went to DHS the first time because of the fire, okay, which he let me think that they called DHS for a long time, but I found out it was him, actually. Okay, and he says that he went to DHS to get me blue paper and get me help, because I needed help because I was so upset about all that shit. I needed help. So DHS was supposed to help me. The people that take kids away from parents and take parents' rights away, that place was supposed to help me. I said, well, so you went to them for help, and what did they tell you where to go for helping me? Or did you just say, well, I'm going to report her. Let's do an open case on her. Because that's what they did. Right? So he told me the other night when he called the cops on me again for crying again, being really upset by his treatment of me, why he would avoid trying to do something that could possibly prove his innocence, that he's been saying for years how innocent he is. But for some strange reason, he doesn't want to do this thing that really could possibly get him to prove it. That's not upsetting at all, right? I know there's no way he can prove it. It doesn't matter. I'm still doing this because that's what I want to do. But anyway, so he told me they were going to call DHS, and then I thought about it. I'm like, he's full of shit. He even says, like, I got to talk to the state people in the morning because the cops made him and the kids leave. Yep, they made the kids leave for the night. He's such a scumbag for doing that. Dragging them in so he can try to, say, look what you did to the kids. You made them had to leave. No, you did that, asshole. Because I was upset. You called the cops. I can't be upset. But that's what he does. He tries to twist shit and, I really think, like, he wants to get rid of me or something. Or I really think the first time he did that, he was trying to get rid of me. Like, indirectly. Not him directly getting rid of me, but using the state to try to get rid of me, right? Or whatever. It ain't gonna work, dude. It ain't gonna work. But whatever. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so. So anyways, he said he had to talk to the state people in the morning. And I said to him, you're full of shit. The cops did not say that they were calling DHS. So then he tried to say, oh, well, they said if there was no charge and that things de-escalated, then there would be no call. I'm like, but no, you said you had to talk to the state people in the morning. That's what you said. Oh, well, no, I meant to tell you that they said possibly if there was no charge, then they might not call. And there was talk to text, so it didn't come out right. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Full of shit. It's so... Oh my God. Oh my God. I just can't. That's how much you want to avoid doing this thing that really could get you the actual fucking proof you need to prove you are innocent. But whatever. That blew over. He came home. He finally agreed, I don't know, maybe a couple days later, to do the recording, right? And he was complaining, like he wanted to change the way it was written. He blah, blah, blah. Finally, he agreed to just say what I wrote. And it's terrible. You can just hear it in his voice. Like, I feel like he was trying to send her a message with his tone and the way he was talking. Like, I really wish I wasn't doing this. This isn't me. I don't want to be doing this. You know, it's obvious. Obvious. He's hating it. Instead of being like, listen, please, like, I've been dying to get Marissa believing me, like, to know that I really didn't do what she thinks I did. Will you please help me get that for her? None of that. No, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's making me do this. Oh my God, it's pathetic. It is so fucking pathetic. It's crazy. Oh my God. But he did it. He did it. So, I've got that. So now I've got to compile the shit I need and send it to her. See if she has any response at all. I'll be surprised if she does. I will be very surprised. And of course, if she has no response, well, yeah, once again, he'll have failed to be able to prove himself. If she does respond, I'm very curious. It will probably be, once again, just more denials, more bullshit, just ignoring, you know, direct questions. You know, and one of the questions is, what did you mean when you asked how long? I'm done waiting. What were you waiting for? What? And what do you think? Is she going to be able to answer that? It's so funny, too. He said when he was, and I didn't write this part, but he said, he added to it, if you can remember. Oh, honey, I know you remember. Let me show you the messages to jar that memory, but I'm sure you don't even need those. But I'll give them to you anyways, just, you know, so you can see that conversation that you had. What were you talking about? If you can remember. Just pathetic. Like I said, it's so fucking pathetic. But anyways, yeah, this is a monster. A monster who just wants me to roll over and just continue being treated like a trash bag that was made for his use. Or a toilet. Either one. Trash bag or a toilet. Glorified, you know, that he pretends to care and love. Care about and love. You know, because he can bring me out a fucking freeze pop or a drink. You know. Yeah. Just so disgusting. So tired of it. It's getting so old. Listen, lately I've been spending so much time just sitting in my fucking car when he's here, because that's how much I don't want to be around him. And it must be, it's been a minute, and I can tell if he starts touching me in little ways, like just little touches on my butt, whatever, he's ready. Well, you got a hand. Use that. Because I'm done. I don't want to touch you. You know, he'll try to say, will you come in and, you know, hug me? Do you think I want to fucking hug you, dude? I don't want to fucking even see you. I don't. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Get it through your fucking thick, weird brain. I know you're fucking a little unstable and crazy. Psycho. But get a clue. No, I don't want to be near you. All right. I'll try not to be so long the next time. But if you're still listening, I really am glad you are. Thank you for hearing me. Seriously, thank you so much. You know, when I just want to add one more thing, and I hope I didn't say this already, but, you know, when I reached out for the help of people that I thought really cared about us, and they just failed us miserably, that was devastating on top of everything else, you know. But I'm just glad that I have the ability to go on here and tell it all, show it all. And I'm glad for whoever is hearing me. It means a lot to me. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to keep saying it. I appreciate you all, and thank you so much.